Good morning, Facebook Live and Joslyn fans. I am Rebecca, the program director here at the Joslyn Center, and I'm pretty sure this is episode 67 of the Joslyn Variety Show. So I wanted to let you guys know about everything else that we have going on during the week, because we're adding a lot of virtual programming. For instance, yesterday we had a fantastic time playing Bling and Bingo with some of our bingo regulars, and we do that here on Facebook Live. So if you're already comfortable with this format, watching us here on Facebook, or maybe you're watching this on a replay on YouTube, if you go to Facebook at 2 o'clock on Tuesdays and look at our page, look for the live video, that is us playing bingo. And if you have a card at home, you can print one out online, or if you email me, then I will send you a card personalized just for you. You can play bingo with us. We play for prizes, and it's free. In addition, we have a ton of other programming as well. We do on Wednesdays. Today will be our first Technology Untangled. We'll do that via Zoom. So we're going to talk about different tech and how to manage a world that involves tech, especially now that we're home. Let me know. Give me a call beforehand. That starts at 2 o'clock as well, but give me a call if you want to practice Zoom beforehand, and then it'll start at 2 o'clock. Thursdays we do a Zoom chat group on Thursday mornings at 9. We're always come up with new things for you. So even if the timing doesn't work for you, a lot of these things you can watch later on Facebook Live or on YouTube. Check out our YouTube channel, because there's tons of workout videos and such there. So thank you for giving me a second to remind you guys of everything that we have going on, not just the variety show, but I am so glad that you are here for this, because we have Veronica and Susan today. Veronica is going to do our warm-up stretches and workout, and then Susan is here to talk about brain health, and she does such a great job with that. We're really lucky to have her. So let's launch into some warm-ups with Veronica, and then we'll invite Susan back.
Thank you for the great information, Rebecca. There's so many things going on. Sometimes it's easy to forget that we have so many things going on, so many opportunities. So thank you for the reminders. Okay, and hello everybody. I am sitting down, and if you are sitting down or you're not sitting down, why don't you grab a chair, and we're going to do everything seated just for a few minutes before Susan starts her program today. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is check your seated posture. My chair has a back to it. I'm forward of the back just a little bit. You can use the back if you want, but if it leans back, just try and make sure your upper body, just move it forward a little bit so you're not too reclined. So what we want to do is just check our posture. So let's start with our shoulders. Make sure they're back and down. And your head, your chin is just level with the floor, okay? And just relax those shoulders. Now, take some deep breaths so you can feel your abdominal raising, and then exhale. So we're checking our posture. We're paying attention and tuning into our breathing, and deliberately breathing heavily. Okay, let's do that one more time. Nice deep breathing. And exhale. And if you're by yourself, you can make it a big exhale out of your mouth, like you were cleaning your sunglasses or something. I'm not alone, so I'm not doing that. But that's a really nice, deep, cleansing breath when you do that. Okay, all right. Shoulders back and down. Your feet are flat on the floor. Your legs are at a right angle, not crossed. Now, I want you to start squeezing your glute muscles and your leg. Just try and engage all your lower body muscles. Squeeze everything and just hold it. So you're going to breathe. You're not holding your breath. You're breathing, but keep all the lower body muscles really nice and tight. And squeeze as deeply as you can. You might release a tiny bit to squeeze deeper, release and then squeeze deeper. Try to keep that squeeze there. The great thing is when we release, we really feel a sense of relief. Okay, so now just relax. We're going to do that 2 more times. So squeeze your lower body, all the muscles in your lower body. Keep squeezing while you're inhaling and exhaling. Squeeze. And then release. Okay, one more time. And this is similar to when you're preparing for maybe a meditation or a relaxation exercise, where you start to tell each part of your body to relax, head to toe. So a lot of times what you would do is you would squeeze each area and then release. And then you move to the next muscle. You squeeze it and release. So we are being mindful with what we're doing. We're relaxing our body and then getting ready for some good information. Okay, now if you can scoot to the side of your chair, I'm going to stay in the chair. So what I'm doing is I'm putting one leg over to the side. My knee is not touching the ground. And what we're going to do, if you could move in this position, is press your hip forward and push your toe into the floor. We're going to stretch this leg here. You can hardly see me moving, but when you press your hip forward and put your foot into the ground, you can feel this muscle here, like your hip flexor area, and you're stretching your quadriceps. This is, takes a little practice to do this seated, but it really works. Okay, and now let's do the other side. So you're safely still on the chair, and I'm going to point the knee down, still at an angle. It's not straight on the floor, at a right angle to the rest of your body. Got my toe on the floor. Now press your pelvic bone, or excuse me, your hip bone forward and find that stretch. So I had to move my leg back just a little bit, and I can feel the stretch from my hip to my knee. So a lot of times you get into a form that's suggested, and then just tweak it a little bit until you find that stretch. Okay. And now, one leg out. So hold the leg out and really flex the foot. And what we're doing is we're stretching the back of the leg. We're also using our muscles to hold our, oh, we have a peeping Tom. We have, I don't know what his name is. It might be a peeping, it's a fan. Oh, it's a peeping Paul. Okay, that's so funny. Okay, and now the other leg. So when you hold your leg out, you are exercising because you're using your muscles to hold your leg out. You're exercising your strength. But you would really flex that foot and you'll feel the stretch down the back of your leg. Okay, all right. Just relax. I'm going to take my chair, and Susan's going to be coming up with a great program. Have a great day.
Thanks, Veronica. That's a good way to warm up our bodies before we work out our minds. Give us just a second to get situated here. We're getting good at this.
We are. I'm like impressed. Okay.
Susan, how are you today?
Good. It's good to be here. Hello, everyone. If I could take my mask off, not lose my earring in the process. Oh my gosh, it's getting a little tricky. I guess these earrings want my mask too. Are you guys having problems with this? I think I got it. Okay. I'm not wearing these earrings again. Hello, everyone. Good morning. So I'm Susan Chinsky. I work at the Wellness. I do one-on-one problem solving. I also teach grief recovery, and I teach brain boot camp and aging mastery. So I like talking about the brain. I think it's really interesting. And so I want to give you some more information about the brain. So have you ever thought about being limitless? What does that mean? Are we limited? What's going on with our minds? Sometimes we think, I can't remember someone's name. And how can this other person remember 50 people's name at a party? What is the difference? And the difference is that they've learned and they've trained themselves. So we're going to squash some misconceptions, and this is about the 7 lies of learning. And it's from the book Limitless by Jim Quick, and it's upgrading your brain and learn anything faster and unlock your exceptional life. And do you want to see a copy of the book? This is the book. And his book just came out, I think a week or so ago. And he's one of my favorite people, and he does a lot of memory skills, a lot of memory things. So I really like him, so I thought I'm going to dedicate this talk to his 7 lies of learning, because I think we've all learned and heard some of them and go, why? And why are they lies? So first of all, I want you guys to be curious, because who are the best learners? Kids, right? They're learning all the time and they're curious about everything. So think about, what does this talk about? What's limitless? Who's Jim? What's this all going to be about? What are the 7 myths? And here we go. So number 1 is our intelligence is fixed. So is it really fixed or is it not? So IQ tests measure current academic skills, not innate intelligence, which is always increasing. So we're always learning new things, but IQ tests don't measure that. And it doesn't measure creativity or intelligence. You've heard people are street smart. They could be really street smart, but really book stupid. You've heard that one, right? Which means they may be really successful in business, but they flunked out of high school. Or someone can be super smart, but really not have a clue on real life things. Like they could be a PhD in neuroscience and some great other fields, but they can't balance a checkbook. So there's lots of different intelligence. So intelligence doesn't have to be fixed. You can always learn things. And you can say, if you think, I can't learn people's names, how about if you put in your mind, this is something I'm not good at yet, with an emphasis on the yet, because you can learn things, okay? And belief is, the new belief should be intelligence is fluid, so you can learn things. So you guys got it? Okay. We only use 10% of our brain. So what's that about? Don't you ever think, what does that mean? If I could use the other 90%, I'd be really a genius. But what is that? So really, you're not using 10%. You're probably using your whole brain, because brain scan shows that all areas of brains are active except if they're damaged. So we can see on brain scans, PET scans, MRIs, that the things moving in your brain, and we can see them functioning and working. So where is it not working? Where are they talking about the other 90%? It's not there. So brain takes up 2% of space by weight, and it's 20% consumption of energy consumption. So your brain uses a lot of energy. Even though it's such a small part of your body, it uses a lot of energy. And by extensive mapping, there are no areas that have no function. So once again, if they put electrodes on your brain and they see how it's functioning, they'll see that all the areas are moving, except if you've had a stroke or some type of problem with your brain or injury or something, then they can see what's not working in your brain. So that would be like possibly degeneration in the brain. So a new belief is we need to use our whole brain. So how do you use that? You need to learn different things to use it. So mistakes are failures. Have we ever made a mistake and go, gosh, I just can't do it. I'm stupid. I can't do that math problem. I can't remember the name. I just can't do it. Don't think that way. So Einstein said a person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. So when you're learning things new, you're going to make mistakes. You'll try it and maybe it won't work. And so try again. So when you learn from your mistakes, you have the power to turn yourself into something better than you were before. So if you make a mistake, you've learned from it. If you haven't learned from it, then that's not good. So you want to keep learning from your mistakes. I actually know someone that asks his kids every night, did they make a mistake? What was their greatest failure for the day? And a therapist said, that's horrible to ask your kids that. But his reasoning was, if they don't try hard enough, if they don't put themselves out there, then they're not be able to accept failure later on. So it's kind of an interesting concept, but don't think of your failures as mistakes. Think of them as learning experiences. So, and your new belief could be, there's no such thing as failures, only failure to learn, because you do want to keep learning. The next one is knowledge is power. So you're going, well, isn't knowledge power? I thought it was. But knowledge is knowledge, only you need to turn it into power. So knowledge is not power. It only has a potential to be power. So what you need to do is you need to perform some type of action that makes it powerful. And so apply the knowledge you know and take some action on it. So let's say I've taught you, like some of the eating things is eat blueberries, eat more wild salmon, eat some different things. You can know that, but if you're not taking any action steps to do it, then what good is the knowledge? So you want to take some action steps. And new belief is knowledge times action equals power. So you need to do some type of action, okay? Not just learn it. The next one is learning new things is very difficult. So we think, oh God, I have to learn some new stuff. It's going to be hard. It's going to be taxing. No, the key is to take consistently small and simple steps. So you didn't learn major multiplication tables without learning to times 1 times 1. So you need to start really small. And also learning is a little uncomfortable. If it wasn't uncomfortable, then you probably already know the answer. You probably already know what it is. So we want to stretch our minds. And remember, you want to stretch your minds to learn new things so your brain synapses are keeping firing and they're wiring and you're learning and you're just growing so your brain doesn't atrophy. Remember, your brain is like a muscle, and that just like you would use to exercise, so you want to exercise your brain. So remember, you want to learn new things. So your new belief could be when you learn new things, there's a typo there. Did you guys catch that? If you did, you get a few points for that one. Okay, so you want to learn new ways to learn. The challenge of learning new things can be fun, easy, and more enjoyable. So you want to have fun learning. You know, I go, oh God, do I have to learn this? Also, there's something called the Pomodoro effect, which is study for 25 minutes, then take a break for 5 minutes, do something fun, then go back and study for 25 minutes. So because we're finding if you keep studying, let's say you need to study something for an hour and you keep studying for that whole hour, you normally would remember the things you learned at the beginning and the things you learned at the end. You wouldn't remember what happened in the middle. So if you take 25-minute breaks, you learn for 25, take a break, you're going to remember all that 25 minutes of stuff that you learned. Okay, so you want to try that next time. Also, the criticism of other people matters. So sometimes we think about that and we think, oh, they're just going to criticize me if I try something. But creating the life you want can be scary. But what's scarier is not applying, not and regretting what you didn't try in life. So try something, even though you might be a little scared of it, you might fear failure, go for it. And what matters is how we live. You're probably thinking, yeah, that's definitely true. So you want to keep living. And don't take criticism from someone that you wouldn't take advice from. Because you think, oh my gosh, this person, she thinks I'm an idiot, I can't believe it. But do you really value their opinion? Do you like who they are? Would you take advice from them? So don't take criticism from them. Okay? So your new belief is, I like, love, and respect myself. And number 7, the last one, is genius is born. So genius is not born. We all have to study. Have you ever heard the principle that you need 1,000 hours to be good at something? Or 10,000 hours to be an expert at something? So it's studying. Some people may catch on faster, but you know what? We've all worked hard to do whatever either athletes or people in professional business, doctors, everyone's studying, everyone's learning. So genius leaves clues, and the clues are you need to study. And there's usually a method that looks like it's magic. So some people it just looks like, oh, it's so easy, they can do this or they can do that. Believe me, they've had to work hard. So a new belief is genius is not born, it's made through deep practice. So you need to practice, practice, practice. Do you remember saying that to your kids, or did your parents say that to you? Practice, practice, practice. I remember that. So anyway, my name is Susan Chinsky. I'm Associate Marriage Family Therapist, and if you need anything, come talk to me. Also, we're doing a new Brain Boot Camp next Wednesday from 1 to 3, and it'll be 2 sessions, and it is should be really interesting. So it's July 1st. And if you'd like to join, give us a call. You can call me, call Veronica, call us at the Wellness Center, call Joslyn Center, and we'd love to see you in the class. And thank you guys. If you have any questions, remarks, just reach out to me. I appreciate it. And here is Rebecca.
Thank you. That is particularly great information because so much of what we are doing right now is focusing on how to learn new technologies because it's the easiest way to stay connected while you're at home. So thank you, Susan, and I hope that you guys are able to apply some of what Susan taught you in learning how to use Zoom or learning how to use Facebook or anything like that. So if you want help with learning things, give me a call. I'm always here. I can do one-on-one tutoring with you over the phone. We can test it out on Zoom together. So my number is 760-340-3220. My extension is 102. And I'm here to help. So give me a call anytime you need a hand with something. I'm here for you. All right, guys, you have a great day. We will see you at 2 o'clock for Technology Untangled on Zoom. And then tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock for the chat group on Zoom. And then we'll be back at 11 for another episode of the variety show. So we're staying busy over here at the Joslyn. We'll see y'all later.